When you're buying a home with a loan and you're getting a lender to come in and put down 70%, 80%, sometimes even 90% of the home's value, you better believe that investor wants to make sure that that home is worth what you're paying for it in case anything happens and they need to liquidate the asset. Well, there's a third party that allows them to do that, and that is what we're going to talk about in this video. My name is Alex Stoeber, and in this video, you're going to learn all about appraisals and what the costs and benefits can be. For example, if that appraisal comes in low, undervalue, or even if it comes in above value. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications for future videos like this one. Let's get into it. First, what you need to know is that appraisers are hired by a lender to go out to a property in order to evaluate the overall value of the home based on its condition, its features, its amenities, and also, more importantly, what homes have sold around that home. It's so important that you get an appraiser ordered right away by the lender to go out and evaluate a home, because oftentimes the appraisal is the longest part of the loan process, and that can hold you back. If you are competitive, you want to be competitive in a multiple offer situation, then your appraisal timeline is super important so that you're not getting pushed out of your contingency period, or you don't need an extension on your loan or your appraisal contingencies. So you want to get those appraisals ordered right away. What you should know about an appraisal is an appraiser will start with a desk appraisal, a desk evaluation, where they will pull all of the homes that have sold recently around the one that they are evaluating, and that will give them a comparative market analysis. That will give them an idea of what homes with similar square footage, similar bedrooms, similar area, similar amenities have sold for in the area, and that will pretty much give them an average that will give them a range so then they can figure out what the actual home is worth. Once they have the idea of what the homes around that one have sold for, then they can go and actually go out to the property, take pictures, create a report that details the condition of the home, making sure that if there are any major issues with the home that are unsightly or any developments around the home that may prove to be a real burden in the future, if the bank wanted to sell the property, they're going to figure all of that out as they go on site and evaluate the property. At the same time, they'll talk to the listing agent about what the whole offer landscape was, if there's one person bidding on the property or if there were 10 offers. That's going to really vary the amount that the appraiser is going to approve the home for the value. So if your home appraises at value, then you're good, right? Like you're great at that point. Well, if it is coming in and the appraiser finds that it actually is in a real market, it would be worth far less than what they're thinking, well, there are some ways that you can go. So if the appraiser initially finds that the home would be worth less, then what they do as well is factor in those multiple offers. If there are multiple offers on a property, then that obviously drives up the overall value of the home, and the market can shift really quickly. Between 2000 and 2022, in Santa Barbara, the median home price went up 45%. So every month, the appreciation was going up 2%. So for an appraiser to be actually able to dictate and figure out where the market is going at any time is a real effort, a real difficult way to go. So they have to be talking to all the realtors of the homes that have also sold. So what they'll do after they've talked to the listing agent, figured out what the homes that have sold in the area sold for, they are factoring in the price that the home is under contract for. Then they go out and they actually call the listing agents from homes that have also sold in the past and ask them, were there multiple offers? How competitive was it? Were there any price negotiations? Were there any credits after the closing? Because if a home sells for $2 million, but it had $200,000 in overall credits from a request from a repair, then that actually brings down the value of the home, and they'll take that into account when they're factoring together the average value of the home that they're assessing. So what happens if your home still comes in under value and the appraiser is saying, actually, your home is worth $1,650,000 instead of $1,800,000? Who pays for that? There's a difference of $150,000, and the bank is only going to actually finance $1,650,000 because that's the appraiser's third-party perspective of the home's value, right? Well, what you can do at that point is appeal the appraisal and give them the facts, give them your perspective of why that appraisal actually is coming in low, and that can boost it up. You can also, if that doesn't work out, then you can also have the seller as the buyer. You can have the seller come down in value and actually reduce the purchase price down to the appraised value of the home. Or what you can do, and this is last case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, is you actually make up the difference and you pay the difference between the appraised value and the purchase price in cash before the close of escrow. So then that increases your down payment, and that would essentially be you buying the home at its purchase price above its appraised value because of certain conditions that you're in. Now, all the time it's happening that people are putting in offers with no appraisal contingency and, well, no contingencies at all, right? And they'll be paying all cash. Well, if you're paying all cash, then there is no appraisal and you are just paying whatever the purchase price is. There is no appealing process. There is no room for negotiation on that purchase price with the seller because there is no one that's doing the actual evaluation of the property value. The property value is based on what the market gives at any one time. So the appraisal is a third party looking at the situation with no incentive to change the purchase price at all. And they are pretty much going into it thinking that they are just objective perspective, third party judges of what the home is worth. And at the same time, you have experts along the way, real estate advisors who are telling you what is sold in the area, what the purchase price is. They're also projecting out trends as well. They're telling you what the overall market trends are and what the averages are. And then that gives you a perspective that you can take into purchasing your home and making sure that you're getting the right value for it, right? So in total, in all, in summary, what you should know is that appraisals are based on the comparative market analysis, all of the homes that have sold in the area around the home that you're looking at. And also they're based on the condition of the property, the amenities of the property, any developments that are going on around the property. There are adjustments placed on the value of the property based on how they compare to other ones in the area. If an appraisal comes in low, then what you can do is appeal the appraisal and ask them to bring the value up. You can also request a reduction in purchase price from the seller due to a low appraisal, or the buyer can go and actually just pay the difference in the low appraisal. However, you can also get an appraisal that comes in above value, and that is automatic equity in your money and in your pocket. And that is the ideal situation, of course, is that you're buying a property under its market value, under its appraised value. And, well, that happens more often than you'd think. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you got value out of this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for future videos. Thanks so much. Bye.